On this episode, we're taking you on a dining adventure across Walt Disney World with stops at Skipper Canteen, Jock Lindsey's Hangar Bar, and the brand new Beacon Barrel to taste everything from secret menu bites to over-the-top pirate cocktails. Today is September 5th, 2025, and this is episode 804 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey guys!
If you want to be part of the community and join the conversation, get the latest theme park news, as well as live streams from the parks and resorts, head to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic, and on TikTok at MSM Podcast.
Planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World can be overwhelming and at times just downright frustrating. But don't worry, because Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.
Are you ready for your bucket list trip? Our trusted partner, MEI Travel, will handle the planning so you can focus on the memories. They offer free vacation planning services and have nearly 20 years of experience creating memorable vacations. Visit mainstmagic.com/travel for a fee-free, no-obligation quote today.
So today we're going to talk about basically food and places we were, but let's talk a little bit about Caribbean Beach before we get into it today.
Yeah, we hadn't stayed at Caribbean Beach in 2 years. We actually stayed there with Rob and Tina.
Yeah.
Funny enough, who came down. So we did Thursday, Friday. Ron and I did all day at Food and Wine, and then Friday afternoon, evening-ish, Rob and Tina came in, and then we spent Saturday and Sunday with them, doing parks much more like some people on vacation since they had not been since Father's Day of 2023. That's the last time we stayed at CBR.
Yeah.
What do you think of? We don't talk a lot about a Caribbean beach resort, and I feel like a lot of people don't.
Yeah. We got there and checked in. Shane?
Yeah, I believe
was
that
his
was
name?
Yes.
Great cast member. But it was funny because we ended up asking about the refurbed rooms, which Jeremy believed was in Trinidad.
Yeah, all those ones in Trinidad were redone. They're not Little Mermaid people. They're ocean, sea based, Caribbean based. It's not technically a Little Mermaid, but they did all those, and it's all the pirate rooms. That's where the pirate rooms were. So they got rid of those, and they redid them. They have the Murphy bed, and they've got the nice light decor and the flooring and all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was like, is there any chance we could get in one of those newer refurbished rooms?
Right. And then he actually explained that I guess it was a soft well, he said they were all
This wasn't
refurbed.
his resort.
Yes, it was not.
This was not his normal resort.
But where we got was...
Well, here's what happened. Let me tell you.
Okay.
Well, he went and talked to someone, and I think he just said to them they would like a refurb. I had said, hey, one of the refurbished rooms in Trinidad, I'm not sure if we booked under that category that's available, but if you could check. And really, the only reason I wanted it, it's not a great location. Trinidad is pretty far from everything but Spyglass Grill. Okay. Right? It's a pretty good walk to the Skyliner main hub. It's a hike to Old Port Royale, their lobby and their dining and Centertown Market, Sebastian's, all that stuff. They have an internal bus system, which could take half your day just getting anywhere. So the only reason I wanted to get there was to talk about the room.
Correct.
And get some video, for the podcast and YouTube. So I think when he went, whatever he said to the other cast member that does work there, all he heard was kind of refurb, and they did a soft refurb of the entire resort back in 2019. Mm-hmm. And so he said, well, all the rooms have been refurbished. And I was just like, oh, okay. And I knew that wasn't true, but I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm not worried about it. So yeah, we got a regular room. It's been 6 years since they did a soft goods, which is, the linens and the bedspreads and the curtains and the things like that.
Right. And the beds, because they're the ones where it's under the bed storage.
Yeah. You're right. You're correct.
There's no carpets, which in some of the ones they put some type of carpet. There was no carpet, but it was super nice because when they did do housekeeping, we did get some sand in the room on a little bit on accident, and when they actually cleaned there was no sand on the floor.
Yeah,
so they
that's really good. I mean, they cleaned the
actually,
floors and
they
everything.
did.
Yeah.
But it's great.
Good news was, where did he put us?
Yes. I can't remember what was our considered called. What was our place?
Aruba.
Thank you.
Yeah. We were in Aruba.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. And not only Aruba, Building 55, which was a very short walk to the Riv Skyliner. Yeah. It was absolutely
100
amazing.
yards, I felt like, by the time we walked out the front of the building.
Yeah.
It was
very
so nice.
awesome.
And, honestly, from there, it's about, I didn't time it, but it's pretty close to the same distance, whether you walk around to Old Port Royale or you walk to Riviera. And you've got Bar Riva, Primo Piatto, you've got, the lobby there and the little cafe upstairs.
It was awesome.
So the location we were in was just incredible.
It was.
I think Aruba or Jamaica is where I want to take you because those two locations,
that's cute.
me personally, I think are the best.
Yeah.
I'll say one negative thing before I say more positive. I mean, Caribbean Beach is huge. People complain about Coronado and getting around. At least Coronado is a pretty set circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Caribbean Beach is more of a line down with stuff on each side and one or two bridges that connect. So it is a large resort. It is really hard to get around. I personally don't think, if you're walking from the furthest building in Ranchos up to Gran Destino Tower or El Centro and Panchitos and all at Coronado, that to me is a million times easier than if you had to walk from Trinidad to Old Port Royale.
Yeah.
Like that sounds like you might have to hitchhike on the way. You might have to take a break. So it really is big.
Yeah.
But I will say I absolutely fell in love with Caribbean Beach this past weekend.
Oh, good.
I'll be honest, when we are looking in the future now, if Caribbean and Coronado come up the same price, I would choose Caribbean. Not because anything's better or anything about Coronado. We love Coronado. We will always love it. But it's almost like, hey, it's time to give someone new a little try. And man, there's a feel. You feel like you're in the Caribbean.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's amazing.
I really enjoy it.
I loved it.
I will be excited when they do probably completely refurb.
It does need it.
Because the bathroom, that's the only thing I'll say.
Awful.
It's just...
You can barely open the door. You have maybe an inch clearance from the door hitting the tub and the toilet.
Yeah. I mean,
it's so to close the door in the bathroom, you almost have to step inside the shower. And I mean, in that part.
Yeah.
Because if you try and just stand there, you're in the way of closing the door. It's really tiny. But
it is.
Yeah, and I don't know what they did with the ones that they did do in Trinidad.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the bathroom situation is.
And that's the only downfall. Everything else is great. It still sleeps 5. So
yeah, you have that pull down fifth sleeper in those. So I loved it.
Yeah.
I want to stay there again. Next month in October, we're going to do Riverside. We've not been to Riverside in quite some time.
Oh, I'm excited because we're going to take Stitch. Yeah,
we're going to take Stitch for that one. But today we're going to focus on 3 dining experiences.
Yeah.
2 that you're very familiar with because we've been there many times.
Yeah.
1 that's brand new, and we're actually going to go backwards. We're going to start with Skipper Canteen and just give you a little update about some stuff we tried. And that we're going to end with the all-new Beacon Barrel because we had the opportunity to go there opening day. Thank you to Bob and the Monday Morning Monorail family.
Yes.
We appreciate you so much for putting out that, hey, you had 2 spots and allowed us to join.
Yes.
We had such a good time, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Let's start with Skipper Canteen. I guess, how do we end up there? I mean, it's not a surprise. We love the place, but we had no plans of eating there this past weekend, right?
We didn't, and now I'm trying to remember. So we were at Magic, and we were going to look for food.
We battled rain all morning.
Yeah, we
still,
did.
Is more coming?
Yeah, and we were going to be hungry, and then we're like, do we go to, Casey's? But then we were looking at the plaza, actually, and we were going to go there because I know they have good salads. I know they have stuff Tina would like. I know they have stuff that Rob would like. But I looked at the menu, and I was like, yeah, I don't want the Halloween
I'm glad you
stuff.
Didn't pick it because you and I would have each ordered one of the Halloween items.
We would have.
And neither one of them wanted that, but
Nope.
we would have ordered it anyway.
Yep.
It's a meatloaf and a pork sandwich. They look great. Just
yeah.
neither one of us was in the mood for either of those
Correct,
things.
but it also might have turned out a little better.
Yeah.
But
yes, it would have probably.
that's a little insight to
You guys are going to hear me say the first negative thing I've ever said about Skipper Canteen. And to be honest, I don't know if it's their fault or mine. So we'll get to that part in a minute.
Anyways, yeah. So I looked at Skipper Canteen, and of course, we know it's always good. So we were like, let's go here. So obviously,
everything was available that day, pretty much.
Yes, there was.
Couldn't you get Cinderella Royal Table and be our guest even?
Yes.
Day of? Yeah.
Yes.
It was an interesting weekend.
It really was.
Between being a holiday weekend, a million things happening, and the weather. No crowds were what I thought they would be, which actually worked out very well for us. So,
speaking of weather, I did not bring my jacket.
That's why it rained.
Rob and Tina didn't bring their umbrella. And it was so bad, all 4 of us bought ponchos. But 2 ponchos with pass holder discount is $20. They're right now still in the back of my truck.
And it's not supposed to be.
Well, it's fine because I think they dried literally.
Dry out,
So my truck doesn't smell. Everything's fine. It's just there. And I think we'll just keep them there. But anyways, with all this being said, we went and sat down at Skipper Canteen, and we started to order, and we got, first of all, sat in a room we've never been in, which was really cool. Had a fireplace, and I was like, I kind of wish it was working because I was
cool in there, man.
I was cold.
Yeah. I love this atmosphere so much.
Yeah, it's fun.
It made it even better is we purposefully rode Jungle Cruise
right before
and then went to lunch, which was awesome.
It was.
And the cast members are always wonderful. You know, I love the shtick and I love the puns and the continuation of Jungle Cruise over. And yeah, Skipper Canteen is easily still my favorite restaurant in Magic Kingdom by far.
Okay. So, we've eaten everything pretty much.
Yeah, we've eaten this menu that was there from the last time we ate.
Yeah.
Them, right.
So, and she did say they have the off-menu Brazilian cheese bread, which is great because I looked at the, and I wanted it because it comes with a cream cheese and like a chimichurri pesto spread.
That like kind of mixed together.
I love it. So she said it, and I was excited because we've eaten all the appetizers.
Yeah.
So we got that, and I think those came with quite a bit.
Yeah, that was a good portion for the amount that they cost. And I'm so sorry I don't have it's off menu, so I don't have it, and I'm not sure where the receipt is from it.
Rob and Tina paid.
Oh, that's right, they did pay. So I bet it's running anywhere from 13 to 15, something like that. But it's a good portion, and you get this nice smear of cream cheese with the chimichurri. And, you know, I've said all along, the Brazilian cheese bread at Food and Wine needs, I think, something to go with it, a dip or whatever it may be. And this does that. So I do think it takes it to a better level.
Yeah. And I love it. So I really enjoyed it.
It's a good Brazilian cheese bread.
It is.
Yeah.
And we have seen before the Enchanted Orange Dream, which we have never gotten. But today I was like, you know what? We're sharing all this stuff. Let me go ahead and get it. It is Dole Whip Orange plus vanilla soft serve orange candied rim for $9.75. And I was like, sign me up. And I got that, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, I loved it. I wouldn't order it though as like a pre-dinner beverage. I'd get it as dessert.
Correct.
But it was I loved it.
It was so good. In fact, I drank a little bit and then was like, oh, I want to eat my dinner or
heavy.
lunch. I mean, yeah. And then I kind of kept going back, but I also didn't. We were driving home, so I didn't want to like be sick either.
I thought if you like Dole Whip and you like creamsicles, it's a match made in heaven. Honestly.
It was so good.
Yeah,
I loved it. I would like. It'd be hard to like. I wish I could just go in and go, can I get this to go?
Yeah,
because it was really really good.
But I mean they have some great desserts, and we didn't end up getting dessert. But I think I would almost save it for a dessert next time. Or again, 100%. A kid's gonna love this. Kids are just gonna be so happy if you get this for them, no matter what part of the meal it is. Yep. So do it.
So we actually only got 2 entrees, and the reason I say we only got 2, of course, Jeremy and I were gonna share, but Rob and Tina, and it was super funny because we were taking bets on what Rob would get, and when he did order, him and Tina ended up getting the same thing, but we will talk about our dish first, which is the Mess Hall Duck Fried Rice. This is a 5-spice glazed duck leg, duck fried rice, cucumber salad, and some Fresno peppers for $31. So it came, and I think you were surprised.
So here was the breakdown, and this is where partially it is my fault. I don't know, I was just in a weird mood. I said, Rhonda, you know what? Whatever you want, you order. Like, I don't care. Like,
this
I
is
love
why
Skipper
I
Canteen.
never order.
But
I
it
let
wasn't your
him do
fault.
it.
So it was, it's Skipper Canteen. I'm like, I'm not going to get something here I don't like. Well, so I didn't read the menu and I didn't see the photo on the menu. And you would have had no idea what my mind might have gone through if I did. So what we got was a big bowl of fried rice. And then this duck leg on it. I didn't realize it was a leg. Oddly enough, like, I don't like a whole big piece of duck like that. You know what I mean? It's like, I like duck breasts. I like that sometimes thin sliced. What I thought this was going to be was a really good fried rice with pieces of duck in it that had been kind of fried in with it. You know what I mean? So you'd have these little chunks, not an entire duck leg on top. On top of that, the 5-spice glaze and sauce or whatever they created out of that, for me personally, there was so much of it. And it got into the rice, and then the rice kind of clumped together, and it kind of lost its texture and its flavor. The duck itself, if you had told me it was chicken, I would have thought it was chicken. It didn't have that kind of richness of a duck that I'm used to. And duck, because duck meat can be very rich and I don't want to say creamy because that's the wrong word. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
I
thought
either.
it was good.
That sounds weird.
I
But
mean,
what you need, in my opinion, and how I like duck is you off balance it with a really crispy duck skin. This had none of that because it was just loaded in sauce. So again, for me, I missed out on all the things I like about duck. I can eat chicken pretty much anyway, no matter what it is, right? Unless it's a fried thigh with waffles from Costco. We also found out the other weekend. I'm weird, y'all. Just live with it, okay? But so I look back and I go, you know what? The only other duck dish that I've had at Disney World that I did not like
was it Yak and Yeti, right?
Yak and Yeti. And it was very similar to this. It was a duck leg. It had a glaze on it. The skin wasn't really crispy. So I'm going to say, at no fault to Skipper Canteens, this was the type of duck that I don't like. And I don't know. The only way they could have saved it for me personally, with the way it was composed, without actually, dicing up the duck and cooking it within the rice and all that, like you'd find just, say, a pork fried rice, is if it had a crispy exterior skin and a sauce on the side. I'm guessing at that point, this dish would have been much better for me and would have gotten a much, much higher rating. So I want to be honest with all that, because I could easily sit down and go, it was gross, I didn't like it. And then you have no information why.
Right.
So if you're hearing those things, you go, man, I had the Yak and Yeti duck. I loved it. Oh, I love duck legs. I love a saucy duck. A good name for a restaurant.
Yeah.
Not mine, though, because mine would be crispy duck.
Yeah.
Then you know what you're up against, right?
And I personally like the entire dish, except I do agree with Jeremy and felt like it was a little too saucy. Yeah. But there was more sauce, like it was like in the center, and then there was like definitely sauce like on the side. Yeah. So I tried to, I guess, for lack of a better term, tried not to like mix it and get more sauce on it.
Yeah. Because just the rice part was good, but it tasted like a side dish at that point. It tasted like it was not the star of the show. And they've done things like this in the past where was it a duck fried rice that they did for the 50th? John's texting me now.
I don't know. I think
it was a duck fried rice. I know they did one time. They had the Dan noodles that we loved. And now those are the ones that we'll talk about in a minute. They've changed a little bit, but not by much. But I think they had a duck fried rice during the 50th. I remember sitting there in the main room.
I just started to say.
Two-top.
Yeah.
You got the iridescent drink.
Yeah.
I had their, whatever the beer was, the light beer that they had, and we shared a duck fried rice, I'm pretty sure, and it was excellent.
Yes.
That's what I was expecting.
Okay.
But again, if I had read the menu and seen the photo,
you would have been like, no.
So.
Would you have ordered what? And we would have just gotten
1,000%
noodle bowls? Okay.
Yeah. So the noodle bowl looked amazing, and we would
tasted
find out
it.
It was. I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Nile Nellie's noodle bowl. This is rice noodles with shrimp, tamarind sauce, peanuts, fresh herbs for $34. And they both got it. And it was super funny because Rob, that is always like, it's fine, actually had more than just to say it's fine, which this is like huge in our books, I feel like. But
that should be out front.
I know.
It should be Skipper Canteen. Rob said it's good. You're like, what?
Well, he actually said that the shrimp were big. There was quite a few of them. And yes, he did like everything. So
that you would have. I know you didn't take a bite. I mean,
no, I didn't.
And
because
I think once I was done eating and I did not eat much at all. Tina was like, "Hey, I'm not gonna." And it's so funny because she's like, "I'm not gonna finish this all." She finished all of it except for the bite I took.
Yeah.
That's how good it was.
Yeah.
But the bite I had, now I didn't get shrimp, but I can tell you by looking at them, they were perfect.
Oh, yeah.
And then what I did get was the rice noodle, the sauce, some of the peanuts and herbs, and it's outstanding. It's just, this is such a good dish, and this is such a great place. It really, really is. Next time we go back, we'll get this.
Right.
Because we've never eaten it fully. Because
Right.
they did make some changes. But,
yes.
Love it, and I still love Skipper Canteen.
Yes.
Like if we went back to Magic Kingdom, if next weekend Chuck and Amy, we're not going to do this, Chuck and Amy, but if next weekend they were like, hey, we really want to go to Skipper Canteen for lunch, do you guys want to join us? I'd be like, heck yeah.
Would you allow me to get the cheese bread? Because you didn't really like.
Listen, here's the deal with me. That's the thing. That mixture of chimichurri and cream cheese, it's one of those things I got to kind of be in the mood for.
Oh, okay.
I also just don't think Brazilian cheese bread on its own is this great big thing. I prefer the American version, which is called a mozzarella stick. That's the kind of cheese bread I like.
Okay.
I don't know about these ones, but still, Skipper Canteen's incredible.
Yes.
Absolutely love it. So go there. It is the best restaurant in Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Easily, I think.
Good.
All right, let's move on to Jock Lindsey's Hangar Bar at Disney Springs. Another one we had no plan of visiting.
No.
But we ended up there Friday evening. Mm-hmm. And they have their Halloween overlay going on right now, which looks like Christmas and Halloween had a fight and then threw up all over the place in all the best ways.
Okay.
Like it's garland and it's lights, so it's very Christmassy in that manner. But it's purples and oranges, the decor.
Yes. Okay, I was thinking the food.
No,
I was like, ew.
Oh, the food, though.
Okay.
Let's get into the
But
food.
yes, inside you are, back
Yeah.
to the decor inside.
Decor is awesome.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
It is very like Christmas-like-ish, but it's all the Halloween stuff, which would be really cool because if they could just flip the lights to red and green, I feel like
it's ready for Christmas.
I feel like, but
pretty much.
I didn't see if there was anything like,
right,
skulls and bats and
I think there may have been throughout some of it.
I'm sure.
But they have this entire Halloween menu going on right now. You know, they do these things every year. They do it for like Halloween. They do it for Christmas. And we just absolutely love going here, getting pretty much all of it if we can, and just sitting and enjoying, because Jock Lindsey's is another one of those places that I'm trying to think of a time if the food ever disappointed me.
right.
I mean, heck, one time they used to serve a like small metal tin of popcorn, and in it were skewered chicken with like a hot sauce on them. And you're like, what is this? How drunk were you guys when you came up with this thing? And it's amazing.
It was so good.
You were like, how do you make everything good?
Yeah.
Not only enjoyable to eat, but enjoyable to look at.
Right.
So let's start with what Rob got, which is their specialty beverage right now.
Yes.
You probably can cover this one a little bit more because I was on the opposite side of him, and you probably got a little more of what he ever had to say about it.
Yeah.
Right?
So he got the Cauldron Cooler. This is a gin and ginger liqueur, lemon butterfly pea extract for $17.50. And it's really cool because it comes, this butterfly pea extract comes on the side. You're supposed to pour it in and stir it, and it become this different color. And it was I thought it was super cool.
Yeah. And it's served in a beaker.
It is. And he said it was good, but he said it tastes like a gin and tonic.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So basically, if you like a gin and tonic, you'll like
Rob
this.
does. I remember Rob used to drink gin and tonics, and I used to think it was crazy because I think gin is disgusting. But if you like it, you'll like this.
Yeah.
They do have a non-alcoholic beverage that is special. It's called the Snake Egg Surprise. I ordered it anyway, despite the name. This is lemonade, lime, desert pear, green apple boba. It's $6.75. If I drank a third of it, that's being generous. I'm sorry. I don't like their non-alcoholic drinks.
And
I've not had one that I like.
Correct. And you finally learned this. So the next for Christmas, you are not going to get one.
No, I
correct?
probably still will.
Oh, okay.
Because I have to let people know that it's still not good.
Okay.
Maybe it's so fruity and sugary. It's made for children. Okay. And I guarantee that when the zero proof craze really starts to take over Disney, I bet Jock Lindsey's is at the forefront of it.
Okay.
Because it's a spot. Now, again, you have to have Disney involved, so that's going to be hard.
Right.
Because we know they don't like to approve much. We've heard that. So, but I can see that being the type of place that goes, hey, you know what? We're going to come out for Christmas with 4 zero proof cocktails that are made with seed lip or ritual or whatever it may be, and we're going to do it right. They just seem like the type of place that's going to come around to that. But I do think kids usually will like this because it is sugary and it's very sweet. Yeah.
That's funny.
Let's talk about food. Why don't you just talk real quick about the shrimp fried rice bites, because that is normally on the menu. There are 4 total Halloween specialty menu items. We did get 3 of them.
Okay.
But then Tina really wanted these shrimp fried rice bites.
Which we've had before.
Yeah, we have.
Super good. They're served with shishito peppers and a sweet and sour sauce for $14. Really good. Everybody had one but me because I was waiting for the other food. So
if you're expecting an overly shrimp flavor or texture, there is not one, but they're still very, very good. It's a very light shrimp, and it's not like there's chunks.
There's not chunks of shrimp in it, right?
To me, it's almost like a hush puppy that has been infused with some of the flavor of shrimp. So I love them though, and it comes with a little sweet and sour dipping sauce. The presentation is beautiful. It comes with like chopsticks and it's everything they do here presentation
really cool.
wise belongs in a magazine.
I think we said this before. It'd be fair to just call them fried rice bites.
100%, yes.
So
and they're still good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they're still worth $14. So
yeah.
Because there's quite a few of them, weren't there? They're like
there's a lot of them. Yeah, it's a good shareable amount.
4 or 5 or no, not 4.
I think 6
5,
or 7.
Yeah,
and
6,
they're,
something like
they're
that.
Decent enough size.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a great dish.
Because you had one, I think Rob and Tina had a couple.
I had at least 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a good portion.
Because I didn't eat one at all, but yeah, I think now that it reminds me, I think we've said that before. It's fair to call them a fried rice bite, but again, it's not like, well, we should take $2 or $3 off, and it.
I would though.
Yeah, really would?
Yeah, I'd take $2 off and just call it a fried rice ball. Like,
okay.
If they're wasting any money with shrimp, they could save themselves some money too. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Right.
Because it's not that prominent.
Right.
But again, still very good.
Yes.
Let's talk about the 3 Halloween dishes we got. Not only how they taste, how they look, but how they're presented when they bring them to your table.
Oh my gosh, so cool.
What do you want to start with? Do you want to start with your zombie eye bites?
Yeah, because those are the deviled eggs.
Yep,
yeah, let's start with those. This is deviled eggs topped with fried chicken and black olives for $17. Now there was 2 for $6, right? 2 for
yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, there were 6.
Yeah, because it's
6 bites.
3 eggs.
Yes, 3 eggs.
Okay.
Half 6.
Yes. With there was some kind of sauce though. It doesn't say.
Yeah, it had
some kind of.
It wasn't buffalo, was it? It was a little bit darker. It had a reddish hue
to
it.
It might have been because Rob, you didn't want it. Rob didn't want it. I think. Yeah. Anyways,
I don't tend to eat deviled eggs because often in the mixture that they make with the yolk is mustard and mayo and stuff like that. So I just don't eat them.
And Rob doesn't either.
And he doesn't either. Yeah. So
but
you and
Tina and I did. I absolutely loved them.
Yeah,
I thought it was fantastic. The chicken was very like a great fried chicken. The sauce, nothing overpowered anything where I didn't like it. The egg was great. Tina does not like black olives, but I think that's where the eye was coming from.
Yeah,
they were trying, right.
Yeah.
One fell off, so she was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna take that one." But yeah, I thought they were fantastic, and yeah, you could just pick it off, especially if you don't like that taste.
Yeah, and then they came
great.
in this black box that had a top on it, and so they bring it to you like that, and they open the top, and then not only do these look like, these zombie eyes, right, with the eggs and the olive and all, they're on this bed of those sweet potato sticks.
Yes.
That they had in the past. If you ever went there, I forget what they called it. It might have been minecart or something. Minecart meatballs. They had this cool little trailer like cart thing, and on top of it was this layer of these sweet potato sticks.
I don't think they were
the
sweet
regular potatoes.
Yes, because
so
it was like
regular
hay.
potato sticks. Yep. And then on top of that was the meatballs. The consistency of these is not quite, but similar to those potato sticks we used to get as a kid in that little.
Oh
tin.
yeah.
Oh, I love those.
Tina loved them.
Yeah,
she
so
kept
good.
eating them. The hard part is like some of the sauce did get on them, and she was trying to eat the ones without them. But
then it gets soggy.
It was really they were great. Yeah. I would get these again.
Which one do you move on to next? Because you know what, you want to move on to the
Phantom dumplings.
All right,
because
another fun one.
Yeah. So this is Phantom dumplings. This is chicken and pork dumplings with teriyaki sauce for $14. And the way these are presented is they're on sticks in a dome.
Yep.
And it's all smoky in the dome, and they take it off, and basically rice paper is considered, so they wet it and they just lay it over, and of course they put a couple of, I don't know what type of dark
2 little dyes
of
dots
eyes,
for eyes, but yeah, it's so cool because it's so take a standard meatball and put it on a stick.
Yep.
Right, and then there in that dome thing that's Rhonda's saying, on the wood platter on the bottom, there's holes, and they stick the stick in it.
Yep.
And then they drape that rice paper over it, and it looks like ghosts.
It was, and I thought they were
so cool
really
they bring
good.
it out, and that dome is filled with smoke, and they do this with a lot of things.
Yes.
And they open it and do a quick swirl of the dome, and this smoke just erupts out of it. And then I loved these.
I thought they were great.
They were flavorful. You know, the rice paper on the outside, it looks like it's just a garnish, just to make it look like a ghost, but it adds to it, and it truly gives you that exterior texture and flavor of a true dumpling. So I thought they just knocked this one out of the park.
I really liked it, but
best of all, though,
I just
my
started
opinion,
to say,
are we saving for last?
Yes,
Okay.
me too. That's why I was like, let's save this for last.
If you go here, order this.
Yeah.
I don't care if you are 5 or 50, like whatever age, every person in your party is going to love this because everybody's had one of these at some point in their life, but not
100%.
like this. Yeah.
And this is the Cursed Mummy sausages. So these are mini smoked sausages and a puff pastry with a pomegranate mustard for $14. So when these come out,
This is so cool.
they literally come out in a coffin box. And when she takes the top off, it literally screams.
So cool.
It was so cool.
There's a speaker on top of the box. And it's just like, a gift card you can get that plays music when you open it. She took that thing off and it screamed.
Yeah.
And then sitting inside this coffin. And these aren't your standard.
Was there 6 of these?
Probably around that. I can look at the photo while you discuss them.
Yeah.
But there is these are sausage size, not like the little ones you get as a pig in a blanket at a party. At a cocktail party. These are larger, almost half the size of a hot
3
dog,
inches,
probably, right? Yeah. And then the puff pastry is thin, but it's wrapped around to make it look like a zombie.
They got
with
eyes,
a little eye hole and everything. Talk about how they were, and then the pomegranate mustard, whatever stuff they had, because obviously I did not eat that.
Right. And I think the only reason they're calling it pomegranate mustard because it was red. Yeah. I just tasted straight mustard to me.
Oh, okay.
It was fantastic. I loved it, but I didn't get any like quote unquote pomegranate or like a sweeter mustard or anything like that.
Like they were almost using pomegranate just as a dye?
Probably.
Instead? Okay.
Probably.
That is really good to know.
Because it was just mustard. Like, I mean, that's what it comes with. Okay. You eat a hot dog or a corn dog or whatever, and you want the mustard.
You do.
Right. But that's where I feel like they did that for that. But I mean, now somebody else. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it's not like it's out of place.
No.
It's not like anybody, why on earth would you serve mustard?
It is.
But looking at it, if I didn't read the description, I'd have gone dipping. And boy,
you
would
have
I
been
have been
mad. You'd have been so mad.
So mad. So,
and it's very blood looking.
Yeah,
it's
it looks
super cool.
Yeah.
And I do believe it might be the Dijon because it's not creamy. It is the
it's got the little
chunkier.
almost like it has some of the mustard seed that goes within it. Like that. Yeah, that fancy mustard.
But it was really cool because it went really well with the whole cursed mummy situation. And it was so good. I would like to get these. Like, I would like to stop and get these again, to be honest.
We definitely will.
So
and
good.
Like I'm somebody, if I eat pigs in a blanket like that, I do like to dip it in ketchup. I didn't bother. I didn't need anything.
So
with
good.
It. The sausage portion was so like juicy.
And you did look it up, and there's 5 of them.
Yeah, but again, they are good 3 to 4 inch size.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a pretty hearty portion. So I think I ended up eating 2 of them.
I think Rob did too. We gave Rob the other one.
Yeah, maybe they're outstanding.
Yeah.
I would definitely get these again as well. All right, we're going to close this one out with something brand new.
Yeah.
Because we had the opportunity to go to Beacon Barrel.
Yes, we did.
Again, a huge thanks to Bob and his wife, Kristen. I'd met Bob real quick in passing, along with Justin Monorail, the Monday morning monorail host. Those folks are so wonderful over there. We loved them. And Justin was out of town and all, so I was hoping he was going to come too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got to go
But it
with
was
Bob
so
and
great.
his wife, Kristen.
It was.
And spend some time with them, meet her, sit in Beacon Barrel for a bit. So just start, I guess, a little bit from kind of the outside decor, a little bit about Beacon Barrel. Just opened August 29th, and we went for a 3:45 p.m. reservation.
Yeah, and when I start looking or talking, you should look up and see what was there. So there was like this sign / map that we, I guess, ignored the sign because there was something there before.
Yeah, there's also people sitting in front of it.
There was,
And
but
it's right to the it's to the right of the entrance to Pirates.
yes. And it was funny because we were trying to look for it. We finally found it, and I was like, I think there was something else there. I think this was a map. This might have even said Pirates. I'm trying to remember. But anyways.
It's a hidden little speakeasy type thing. Though.
Yeah, and Jeremy was like, I need to look and see. Like, because, I'm sure there's a picture out there of what it was before. But anyways, so, yeah, it was really cool. And, yeah, it was this little tiny, like,
Like if they're like, you're not going to just see this on your own without that sign out front.
Yeah.
Because it's hidden
Yeah.
in a way. And there's a sign that hangs above the door.
Yep.
But the door is very unassuming. And it's
except
also
for all
a
the cast
spot-
members standing out
Well,
there.
yeah. And there was a ton of people
Yeah.
hovering at this moment.
Right.
But it's a spot where you go into it and you go, where the heck did all this space come from?
Oh, 1,000%.
Because it doesn't feel that anything was lost anywhere. Yet there's this place, first of all, is much, much bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yes. Yep.
I thought this was going to be like, honestly, I thought it was going to be more of a Trader Sam's size, bigger than that, obviously. But
The ceilings were very large.
yeah,
Like,
I don't even. How do we describe what it looks like inside?
pirate like a
pirate
speakeasy.
speakeasy.
Because there's no windows
Nope, and no door.
and
no
one door.
Yeah, there's a door.
There's no bathroom inside.
Nope.
You do
So
have
like
to go
Oga's.
outside.
What
like
else
Oga's.
is like Oga's, by the way?
You will possibly have to sit with people,
Yep.
or stand
Yes.
with people.
Yep.
So there's seating, there's standing. We got sat, and I feel like partly one of the perfect spots. Like we were, so I think if I saw correctly, there's like 3, I would call it separate rooms.
Yes, I would say the same.
And we were off when you first walk in, we were off to your right in that room, but in the center, right in front of the fireplace, right at a 4-person seat, which was fantastic because we got to sit. But they are let us know this is a 45-minute, just like Oga's. And when I tell you
And
this,
2 drink maximal.
when I tell you that this was, she literally was bringing the check. Like, I swear to God, she was watching her
dot.
watch
Yeah.
and was like, okay, here's your check. Like, they ordered their second drinks, but Bob and Kristen didn't even finish their
Yeah.
second drinks. Like, they were like, I would say if I was drinking, I would feel rushed at the end, like getting my second drink.
I could see that. And you can't take it to go, of course.
No.
Unlike you could in an Oga's, right? So you cannot take anything to go. So if you have leftover drink, you're either throwing it out or you're chugging it at the end.
Correct.
I love the 45-minute max right now because it gives so many more people an opportunity to try
Absolutely.
this place
And
out.
we're fine with it because, again, when we
don't need
talk
to spend more time there,
exactly when
technically.
we talk about what we got,
I could sit in there all day, dude. And
Yeah.
drink water.
yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, because I mean, especially when we used to drink, and I'll be the one to talk like about this because Jeremy, unfortunately, with his situation, could, but I could never drink. Like, if you were like, okay, we gotta go in 5 minutes, I'm like, I can't drink this. There has been multiple times where I either would give it to Jeremy and he'd just drink it, or I would just, if I had a to-go cup with me, like I'm drinking my water, I hate to say it, I would pour it in there and just drink it later because I cannot do that.
Yeah.
So I will say, just so you're aware, there is a 45-minute, and if you are going to be that 2-drink person, to get
Time it
correctly
for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be all. Because you don't want, again, it's not like they're giving away these drinks, so you really don't want to have to pour any of it out.
Correct.
Or leave it behind.
They are expensive.
Yeah. So when as Ron was saying, we're off to this room in the right, but when you first walk in, it is this, I call it like the main hall, and it has a bar that you can sit at. It has in the middle is a huge community table that maybe set up to 14, I don't know, anywhere from 10
I should have
to 14
counted.
or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, there was a
Even
lot.
beyond that, there's this little, kind of like you have at Oga's, where you have some of those little booths that kind of tuck into a wall. There's one of those right there. But coming from the top of that opening is like a jail. So it's almost like you're in an open jail cell. To your left, there is another room, smaller room, and we didn't walk all the way back into that, but there is an area there. There is decor and memorabilia and stuff everywhere. You could spend hours in here just walking around.
Yeah.
It is interactive, much like you have DJ Rex doing things. Every couple of minutes, you have this Rummy. Who is the parrot who sits up atop the back end of the bar, who will come out.
So, like, if you've gone to Disneyland and Rocket comes out, that's
it's like
how,
that setup in Mission Breakout.
Yep.
So he's up there and he comes out. He'll talk.
Super
very
cute.
Very similar to the Barker Bird that used to sit outside of Pirates of the Caribbean. That had, flown the coop. But yeah, so he comes out and he talks, and there's chanting and there's singing, and the cast members are involved. And then throughout, there's these little hints of everything. Like, it wasn't until the end. It's so funny. We walked in.
I just started saying, I like this.
You tell this story.
I just started
saying,
saying,
tell it, because this is great with Bob.
Yeah, I love this. So, like I said, we were sitting at this beautiful fireplace setting where up top there was some glass, ships where you
under those glass domes,
Yeah,
like you build a ship in a bottle.
Yes,
basically.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And there were 2 ships, and Bob was like, I swear to God, when we walked in, there was only one.
Yeah.
We're like,
Bob.
okay.
Clearly
and
2.
And literally the whole time I kept like going, okay, maybe he's right.
I told him I was about to go back because I videoed when we walked in. I almost went back to watch the video to see if when we walked in, I had caught it. So,
yeah.
Because he really is like, there were 2 ships. We're like, all 3 of us are like, okay.
You mean one?
Yeah, there were one ship. We're like, okay.
We're like,
right.
no. And I'm like
There's
thinking,
2.
I'm thinking, okay, halfway through, because the way I was sitting, I was facing it the whole time. So I kept looking the whole time and thinking, is it going to like somehow fade away or something? And I'm like, golly, I don't think so. We were literally about to leave. So 45 minutes, all of a sudden, the interaction of and it's like a Trader Sam's where all of a sudden it'll start lightning and thundering,
storming.
or like the cast members will start saying something, and then things will happen. Right.
Yeah.
So it starts doing this thing, and the focus is right there on this, and then these ships are about to battle, and we're like, what? And they not only battle, but the one ship wins and the other one, air quote unquote, sinks and disappears. And Bob is like, I knew it. And I was like, yes. And I was like, you were right. I was too.
It was so cool.
It was. It was so cool.
This is happening all throughout.
Yep.
I tell you, we can't wait to do the Destiny. When we do that in April, I can't wait to do Haunted Mansion Parlor and all that. And, they have all these wonderful theme parks. This felt like on a cruise ship. This felt like everything I've been seeing seeing Disney put into these cruise ships, they put into this bar.
Yeah.
And
I'll
beyond.
agree. Yeah.
It is,
Yeah.
They did, I really like GO82. It's neat. It's nothing It's nothing great.
But
right?
this is great.
GO82 fits exactly what it is.
100%.
But it does feel a little phoned in. I'll say it. Right? Is it just me? Hey, Spaceship Earth used to be gold. Let's make things gold. Let's have real modern, simplistic design because it's an adult-only lounge. But it's not fun to be in there. There's nothing to look at other than look out the window and people watch, maybe. Or if you're there for the fireworks, right?
Okay, but it's a bar.
It is. It's fun.
How many times have we gone to like Space 220 or like, and not even that, but I'm just thinking of a bar.
Space 220, you're in space.
Well, okay.
Dude.
But I'm thinking like, but the bar area when you're sitting there, like it's very like
boring.
Okay, but that's
anyway.
Okay.
They took everything they got and they put it in this place. And I'm so happy they did.
What would you want though from Spaceship Earth?
I have no idea. I just think it's boring and bland.
Okay.
Bland and plain. But it's a cool spot. They have the best charcuterie on property. I really like their zero proof drinks. It's got a great view. It's wonderful that it's adult only, so you can get away. Everything about it's great. I just think it's boring inside. This is not.
No, that's right.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I every moment I just was like, "Are we? Wait, no, we're not on a cruise ship, are we? No, we're not." I loved it.
Yeah, it was great.
I would go back if they had said, "Jeremy, you're allowed to sit in here in a corner and drink water for 8 hours." I'd be like, "Sign me up," because I want to encompass, like, take in everything and see everything that's happening here. It's so much fun.
Okay.
And the fun does not end, and the decor does it, Rhonda, because they carry it to the drinks, to the food, to everything.
Yep.
So, do you want to talk about what Bob and Kristen had, their drinks? Because they had an opportunity between the two of them. They tried 3 different drinks.
Yeah, he did, because she got the Salty Seas margarita.
And you better order it that way.
Yep, you're supposed to.
Yeah. So Kim, who was our cast member, was incredible. And our friend Steve had actually asked who we had when I posted on social. And I said Kim. And then somebody else responded and said, "We had Kim today too. She's incredible."
Yeah.
And she is. Yeah.
She's
amazing.
Yeah. So this is obviously tequila, ube lime for $20. Which that is one drink. That is not both. That is not times 2. That is so that's $40.
Standard size margarita.
Yep.
So they're on GO82 Enchanted Rose pricing. That's for sure. Nothing's cheap here.
Nope. So she really liked it, though. It was fantastic. Where literally she got the second one. Bob got the Plunder's Punch, which is rum, blackberry lime, vanilla, and a skull mug for $46. But that's where you get the skull mug, and it's really cool because on the bottom it does say first edition. Yeah. So if we do go back,
we're going next week, and we're going next weekend with Chuck and Amy, and Chuck and Amy,
you already
whichever
said,
one of you can drink this drink, we will pay for it. But we're keeping the mug. If you want your own mug, guys, you got to get your own. But we will order one. We will force you to drink it.
Force you.
And then, or honestly, I'll pour it out. I don't care. I'd pay $46 just for this skull mug.
Yeah, it's cool.
Awesome.
It really is.
So cool.
And then after that, he went ahead and got what was called a lit fuse, which is mezcal banana liqueur, coconut water, lime, smoked chili bitters for $18.50. I believe he liked it.
Yeah,
that sounds
little
good.
Kick of chili in the back.
Okay.
But not as much, I think, as he was expecting. But he really did enjoy it. They the 3 drinks that they had. They really did like. And every last one, again, they're getting inventive. They're changing. Even if you're just throwing a little bit of ube in a margarita. Sorry, a margarita. Or serving this banana liqueur into a mezcal drink and putting some smoked chili bitters. They're really doing it up, which I appreciate. Again, they're doing that at GO82, at Oga's. They're coming up with really inventive things that you can't find anywhere else on property. So I really appreciate that. They have 2 non-alcoholic beverages. You want to talk about we should talk about mine first, or what are we
We're going to talk about them, but first I'm going to start by saying that Jeremy was very disappointed because he felt very like this is for children.
So,
but
I know I say that a lot. And if you're sick of me saying, "Oh, they made this drink for kids," then I apologize. Sometimes it feels that way. This one 1,000% is made for children because it comes with a dessert plate.
And I understand that, but you even said
it was a great drink, though.
It was, and you would get it again.
Yes,
that's where I was going with that.
All right, so this is the treasure trove. It sounds a bit like a kid's drink because it's ube, lemon, and coconut milk, right? Mm-hmm. But this literally comes with a dessert plate of a cake plank, which is a delicious cake pop. Delicious cake pop.
Yeah, it is.
A tiny chocolate cannonball, which is wonderful, and this caramel popcorn for $13.75. It was good, and it did not taste like a drink made for kids at all. It actually kind of tasted like a handcrafted mocktail or zero-proof cocktail. And I was pleasantly surprised. And it's in a copper mug.
Yes, I sure say. They use both.
The presentation of the drink, even though it's sitting on a plate with desserts, is outstanding. Yeah. And I'm very impressed with it. I like it, and I'll get it again. Except you have to take all this dessert with you.
I would get it again for the kids. Well,
I guess you could just take the desserts. To go.
Of course. Yeah.
Well, actually, so Chuck, you have to drink a rum drink, and you have to eat 3 desserts next weekend. All for us. Thank you. And then you got the other one.
Yes, which is the Cursed Treasure. And this is coconut milk, cookie crumbles, and vanilla foam. And then Pirate's Gold, which was little like a chocolate medallion, basically, for $7.75. And this is, to me, this is an elevated...
kids drink?
But not chocolate milk, but chocolate milk kind of.
It tastes like cookies and cream.
Yeah, it's really good.
It is good.
I really enjoyed it, and I probably would totally get this again.
Yeah, I agree. I was very impressed with the 2 non-alcoholic options. For somebody who gave a lot of crap when they announced the menu and it only had these 2, I'll take it back. I'll say I was wrong. They were right, and these 2 are very, very well done. Yeah. So listen up, other areas, because I think you can satisfy both the kid and the adult with these beverages, and I don't know that you can do that with a lot of other ones that I've found on property. So they have 4 different food items, but one of them has 2 different takes. So it's really like 3 items, right? Because, and again, this is small foods. These are small bites.
Yeah.
I think they have a bit more substance than what you're getting at Oga's maybe.
Yeah.
But Oga's did add that pretzel bread. They added the flat bread. Yeah. So it's kind of along that line. You're not going here for lunch or dinner. Right. You're going here for small plates and drinks. Yeah. And an incredible atmosphere and service. Mm-hmm. So the first one is you want to go from probably maybe worst. Least favorite. Don't say worst. I'd say least favorite for me. So we'll start with the Kraken's Catch, because I'm sure anyone who's seen it wants to know if we got it and wants to know if we ate it. The Kraken's Catch is octopus with olives, peppers, avocado, and a pepper almond foam for $18. Mm-hmm. This comes in a little clear like glass, and it's layered slightly. Mm-hmm. It does not look like the photos that you have seen where a giant octopus tentacle is sticking out.
Thank God.
Which I'm both thankful for, but a little disappointed because it really gives it that look. However, what Kim told us was before you go to eat it, you kind of want to take your spoon and you want to dip it all the way to the bottom and bring everything up so it kind of mixes. And when you do that, you do see some of these chunks of octopus come to the surface. Mm-hmm. None of them are long or large. Most of them are in maybe 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch pieces. It's covered in so much stuff that
it's dark in there.
It is dark in there. It's not like you're looking at tentacles, okay?
Correct.
Or suction cups, I mean.
Correct.
Which puts a lot of people off. Mm-hmm. For me, I don't know that I would get it again just because I didn't love it, but I didn't get a lot of the chewiness you sometimes get from octopus, so it was very well prepared and cooked. It's not like it popped with any weird flavors. For me, it tasted much like a ceviche that you would get. And any sort of ceviche.
I will agree with you on 100%. Again, I don't think I'd get it again, but I would love to go and see if Chuck and Amy would and see what they think.
I mean, if anything, it's a conversation piece.
It is.
And if you got a couple people sitting around there and you're going to be like, we'll just split it. Just get it. It's fun. Now if you're absolutely adverse to octopus or you have some sort of allergy, obviously don't. But, for $18, a bunch of you sitting around a table, and this is something you get to go home and talk about and show people photos, I think it's well worth getting. And if you like ceviche, you might not love it, but you're going to at least like it.
Yeah. Like I wasn't grossed out. I wasn't, my bite wasn't, and I don't think I took a second bite because usually I do.
Right. And I took a few.
You did. But I just was like, I'm good because, the next thing was the Island Provisions, which is you get chips and a flatbread with 4 dips. One's a mango chutney, a chimichurri, a guava, cilantro, and
cilantro cream.
Cilantro cream. Sorry, for $16. And there were not only chips, but there was like plantain chips.
Yeah.
And then there was this nice flatbread.
Uh-huh.
And
don't forget the seaweed.
That's right. I was like, what else was there? I'm like trying to think what else there was.
It was basically, it's like a seaweed paper that you would use in sushi. But it was done, it was like the way it was presented was almost like strips that literally look like it came right out of the ocean and they dried it. And it tastes just like the seaweed wrapper for sushi, pretty much.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was a really great presentation.
Yep.
I loved the chimichurri, the cilantro cream, and the guava. The guava almost reminded me of like an apple butter.
Yeah, super thick.
Super good.
Really good with the plantain chips.
Super good. And the flatbread, in my opinion. The chips, I was like, nah. But
they were nice and thick and hearty chips.
Yeah, they were.
I did like them.
They were like
tortilla chips.
Bluey black color.
Yep. The only thing I didn't, for some reason, I don't know why, I didn't love the cilantro cream.
I didn't love it either, but I liked it.
Dip.
Yeah, I liked it.
I think it would be better like drizzled on a taco or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just didn't love it as a standard dip. But everything else was really, really good. Everything, the presentation, again, like you said. But we definitely saved the best for last.
Yes, we did.
I will be getting one of these next weekend.
Absolutely, me too.
Possibly for myself.
I just started to say.
Okay, so this is a Cook's corn griddle cakes. Now, you can either get it with chicken or you can get it with roasted poblano peppers.
We got with chicken.
So why don't maybe next weekend, why don't we get one of each? We'll just half them so we can each have a whole, but have half of each.
100%.
And this is corn cake with cheese, lime sour cream, chili peppers, and cojita, and then either filled with that chicken or the poblano peppers. And this is $14. It is one, although it's two cakes, so it's like a sandwich. It's put together like a sandwich, but you're not going to really eat it that way.
No.
But 5, maybe up to 6 inches diameter. Like, I mean, it's a good size. It's hearty.
You were able to cut it into 4s because we told Bob, we are going to get all the food. So please help yourself. Cause this is what we were doing for work and needed to talk about it. And they really weren't hungry. They said they were more for the drinks.
Well, they had just come from Jock Lindsey's.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember, he's the one who told us about the mummy dumplings with the rice paper, and that's how they did it.
That's right.
Because I don't think I would have put that together when they were just presented. I probably would have ended up asking our server, but Bob had already told us. Yeah. So I was like, that's super cool.
So with all that being said, they weren't really hungry, but Jeremy still did it, and he did take a little triangle of the corn cakes. This thing was fantastic. The chili peppers, you got a little bit of spice, but not enough like that you wouldn't want to eat it. It was so good. I really look forward to getting this again.
Me too. I compared it. If you had, when Communicore Hall first opened, and at the Festival Favorites booth right out there, they had this corn griddle cake. That one was stuffed with shredded chicken, like an avocado cream, cojita, very, very similar. So good. And we loved it, right? This is like that, but even better. It was so outstanding.
I know.
I want to just pick it up and eat it like a sandwich, but it would just fall everywhere. So I will be a gentleman next weekend, guys, and I will continue to eat it with a fork and knife. But I guarantee pirates aren't normally eating it that way.
Probably.
So I'm going to get an eye patch for next weekend. Let's dress. I could get my pirate costume out. Should I wear that?
You can get the bird. A lot of people did. Yeah, you can get the parrot, a shoulder parrot.
We should dress up. Do you have any?
Oh, I can get you the shirt.
Oh, I do want the Beacon Barrel shirt. So if you're looking for that merchandise, now I totally forgot to ask Kim where we could get the shirt, but it is being sold in the pirate shop right next door, and I definitely want to get it. It's a perfect shirt. It's red. It's got a Beacon Barrel logo on the back, a little one on the front. Yep. It's just awesome. I love it. This place is so great.
Yep.
Like I'm so happy it's here. I'm so happy that Magic Kingdom has something new like this, and that Disney did not hold any punches. They just went for it, man.
I'm excited because I thought this was super cute. Jeremy and Amy and Chuck have sometimes their own messages.
We have our Monday through Friday text message group, so we don't bother you at work. And then the 4 of us have our Thursday through Sunday group.
So Jeremy posted in our group that I got to see, and he was super sweet, and he was like, I've been trying to still get a Beacon Barrel, and he was like, I actually got 2, but since we already did it, Chuck and Amy, I'm going to give it to y'all, and y'all do it. And then Amy writes back and is like, I actually got one. Yeah. And so I am so excited that
the 4 of us
we get to do it together.
Yeah. And hey, keep an eye out, because just the other day they dropped 2-top reservations, ridiculous amounts of them for every single day over the next 60 days. Within a couple hours, they were all gone. But there was a moment you could get pretty much whatever you wanted.
Nice.
So again, keep an eye out. Mouse Dining, of course. If you go to msmfriends.com, you can get a set of Mouse Dining alert. The day this place was ready to open, Mouse Dining was on top of it. They were getting alerts set. I was too late to get to it because I was asleep. But that Friday morning on opening day, I got an alert for 10:45 a.m. from Mouse Dining. And I just happened to miss it. But it's wonderful for that.
Yep.
And just keep an eye, make sure you follow us on social because we'll usually post stuff like this. Make sure, you're in the Facebook community at Main Street Magic. Make sure you sign up for our email list. If you go to mainstmagic.com, scroll down a little bit, I got a spot for you to sign up for our email list. We have a lot of cool things coming. I'm not going to say anything about them because usually when I do, I don't make my own deadline, and I'm trying not to do that. But there are some cool things that we're trying to do and come out, and most of those will come to you through email first. Maybe even a little special or something when we launch some things. So mainstmagic.com. Put in your email. We'll promise not to spam you unless you think things you asked for are spam. Then why did you sign up? I don't know. But we'd appreciate that. And, of course, hit subscribe. Get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday, including our thoughts on staying at the Polynesian Tower next weekend, BBC Tower with Chuck and Amy. We're gonna do a little bit of a staycation with some Beacon Barrel and some fun stuff mixed in. But we'll bring you all that, so make sure you subscribe. And as always, we're just going to ask you if you could please leave us a rating and review.
Because it'll help our show grow.
That's all we've got. We'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.